ASM artist. Today we're going to be doing another comic book haul, and we're going to cap it all off with a autograph that I got by one of my favorite modern talents, I guess. So stay tuned, check that out, relax, and I hope you enjoy. So first off, we got Superman and the Authority #1. And initially, I wasn't going to pick this up because I didn't know where it fit into everything, and it just looked kind of odd. But it's Grant Morrison, and then it has Mikael Yennin art. So I can't turn that down. So yeah, initially we see a very traditional take on Superman here, talking to JFK and stuff. And then it just kind of switches to something very not. It's very dark. And of course we get to see Superman in his almost like halfway there Kingdom Come outfit there, the symbol on there. There's a good shot of it there. But yeah, I'm not sure where it fits into everything, but at the end of the day, too, it's just a 4-part miniseries, so surely I can check that out. It was one of those things that I thought I was going to regret it if I didn't get it, so. Then we have Legends of the Dark Knight #3. And we see here, I believe this is the Riddler's daughter, is what they said previously. They showed her at the end of the last issue. And so this just picks up right where that left off. And I've really been enjoying this series. It reminds me just a lot more of, like, I guess, traditional elements of Batman, you know. And they've got so many appearances by all these classic villains and stuff, and there's enough going on, there's enough appearances by people. Like, I'm just really pleased by it. I think I'm enjoying this more than the regular ongoing one right now. Like, there's nothing wrong with the ongoing one. It's very much future driven, though it seems like a very modern book. As Legends there seems more like just kind of a comfort, you know, like traditional Batman. So next we have Urban Legends #5, not to be confused with the other one. Very similar titles. But yeah, so this is another one I've really been enjoying. Mainly the Chip Zdarsky story here. About Red Hood making a very knee-jerk decision and trying to figure out and navigate the consequences of it. And yeah, it's another one that's just really well done. I don't know how the rest of the series is gonna go after all the Zdarsky stuff, but I've definitely been enjoying this story. Like, the other material in here is kind of meh, but as I said before, the Red Hood story in here is really the selling point of the book. So here's another story included in here. And I think this one focuses more on like the birds of prey. And then here's the other story here. And this one looks to be a Robin and Nightwing story here. Next we have Alien number 5. And I've really been enjoying the quality of the book. And yeah, Alien is not a franchise I'm familiar with other than just, the pop culture references and stuff. So from what I hear, there is a bit that is not in line with the traditional story and stuff. Especially like the Queen having kind of some humanoid characteristics is the main pushback I've been hearing. But the art's been good, and the story's been good. And right in line with that, we have the special here. So this is Aliens Aftermath. This is a one-shot. And the art in here is not as impressive as the other or the main book. But it takes place with the same characters and stuff. I believe it might be I don't know, maybe a prequel. I'm not sure, like, I haven't read it, so. Here's a cool shot here, so yeah, it's got this glowing effect on it. And I know there's different types of the aliens and stuff, but I don't know anything about the types or classes or anything like that. Next we have Batman Detective number 4. And this book is all about a crime group set on trying to kill everyone Bruce has rescued. The person who trained him has been one of their targets, and I believe they were successful. And I don't think that's the end of the character. I'm sure there'll be a Lazarus pit in play somewhere. But yeah, great Cooper art here. And this was just a 6-part miniseries, so once again, one of those ones that's kind of easy if you're on the fence because there's not too many issues to commit to. Next we have Detective 1039. This beautiful Bermejo cover. covers. And even future solicitations, I think they're in October now, and he's still doing them. So I'm really glad that they landed him to do all these Batman covers. I think I only missed one of the detective covers that I gotta go back and find, but you guys know I'm a big Bermejo fan. And I do have a video about his art book he did with all of his previous DC stuff. I'll leave a link if you want to check it out in the description. So yeah, this is continuing on with the, I think this is probably the climax. This guy is trying to basically kill both Bruce and Batman. He hasn't figured it out yet that he is the same person, but basically he's blaming them both for the murder of his daughter. And then in the previous issue, his daughter showed up in front of him, but it turned out to be a female Clayface that had looked just like his daughter. So then he lost his mind whenever he saw that it wasn't her. But yeah, good solid art here. Bogdanovic is another just really great modern talent. And he does a great job with pretty much anything I've seen him in. Next we have Challenge of the Super Sons, number 4. And this is just kind of a fun, random book. This is done as kind of like a in-between footnote story, because as you all know, Jonathan Kent is no longer as old as Damian, or close to. I think one of them was a few years older. I think Damian is 13 and Jonathan is 10, but Jonathan is taller than him or something. But yeah, so the premise of this is they are rescuing all the other Justice League heroes from dying, and they have to do so in a manner where they have no idea that they are being rescued. And so they just kind of show up and save him and leave. And I think in the previous one they had rescued Hawk Girl, and she did not take it too well. And I think this is, I forget if this is a like 6 or 7 part, maybe 12 part series, I'm not sure. But if you like them as a team, of course you want to check that out. So next we have Infinite Frontier, number 2. And yeah, I like this cover here. Certainly see some tension. Kind of harkens back to some elements of the Leviathan Checkmate stuff. Super Clark. Yeah, I guess at this point they know his identity, so that's why they're calling him that. So, but I'm still behind on my previous hauls books. I'm still like 17 books behind. I read some more, but then I got some, it's a vicious cycle when you buy books. So, and then of course when I have the responsibility to you guys, that helps push me forward to keep buying the books and stuff. There are certain times where I do get overwhelmed, but only thing I can say is please just send over more people, help me grow the channel. I just received my second payout from AdSense like a month or so ago. Every time your channel makes over $100, they cut you a check like in the middle of the month. So yeah, for like 2 years I've been monetized. I've gotten 2 checks, so I think you can do the math on that one. we see Magog here. Another Kingdom Come element. Next we have Nightwing number 82. Some nice rain. Let's trace old Nightwing here real quick for you. I almost didn't see his foot back there. But yeah, big thing revealed here. This is actually his sister. Even though before they thought she had ties to Tony Zuko, who, killed freaking, wow, now, yeah, Dick Grayson's parents. But they're like, yeah, no, she's actually his sister. So maybe that was a bit of what fueled him to murder his parents. Which, I don't know, who knows, it could be a total red herring or whatever. I think there was a period where they're like, Damien is actually Deathstroke's kid, and then he wasn't and stuff, so it could be a similar thing like that. I think they changed the art here, so it looks like they got a flashback going here too. Yeah, so we'll see where that leads. Next we have the Joker number 5. This is the nice punchline variant, which I almost missed out on. I had pre-ordered it, but I didn't see it in my box, but I saw it on the shelf. And this is a great cover. And this continues with the adventures of Jim Gordon trying to figure out if he's actually going to kill the Joker as he has been assigned to do by a third party, or if he's gonna continue to do what he's always done. The vicious circle of catch, and then he breaks out and Batman gets him and all that sort of stuff. So this has a very year one feel to it here. This might even let me be. Yeah, now it looks like Frank Avila is doing the interiors. For the full book too, it looks like. Yeah, so this looks like it's a flashback story, maybe. And then there is the secondary story about Punchline in prison, which, once again, is just kind of pointless and not needed. No one is really picking this up for developments with Punchline. The book is called The Joker, so that's why half of the variant covers I haven't got, because it's like, they're Punchline covers, where it's like, but it's the Joker's book. But I just liked this cover so much. It's a really good rendering of her. Just like the face is really expressive. And then here is another variant, and this one's kind of done like a traditional comic / movie poster. The old sticker on there for the price. So let's trace the head. That's a nice, big, easy to do element there. And let's get the 2 lines down the side here. Oop. Next we have X-Men Legends number 5. Of course, I had to go with the action figure variant here. And what's great about this one, this is a story by Peter David and Todd Knock, who, as you guys know, worked on Young Justice together, which was one of my favorite series growing up when I was a kid. So this story is all about X Factor. And so yeah, I can't talk. It reunites the team of Peter David and Todd Knock. I'm not sure if they ever did any Marvel together. That's a cool image of Doom there. But it's nice that they have this. I wish that they would have had them get back together for at least one issue whenever they relaunched Young Justice, but what can you do? And then here is I think this is the normal cover. There's another one where the puzzle's actually completed. We got Strong Guy here. He was always a fun character to look at. I don't know much about him, but he was cool to look at. So next we have Truth and Justice, number 6. With old Damien on the front. Which this is highly stylized. I think this is even more stylized than the previous one I got. I'm not sure of the art on this one, who the artist is. Definitely not your ordinary comic book feel, though. There's a double page spread here. So, Junie Ba is the artist on this one. And next we have Action Comics number 1032. And I'm not sure if I had this one already or not. I love this cover, though. You know, this is like the traditional black and white Superman here. Which, I think his last name was still Reeves, too. I think he was George Reeves. Which, I don't know how that all worked out. How do we have a Christopher Reeves and a George Reeves? Let's trace this beautiful front and center logo here. Absolutely love it. I love the traditional Superman. But yeah, I'm not sure if I have already picked this one up or not. I know in my box I got quite a few of like the Pride covers, and the Superman series was one that had one of those. And I think this was maybe a cover I missed. But yeah, so these people here, or aliens I guess, he rescued them, I think from Warworld. But they're speaking a like ancient dead Kryptonian dialect, so it's like their version of Latin in Krypton. But not so. So he's trying to figure out who these guys are and where they came from. But yeah, I don't think I read this. I think I would have remembered this, but yeah, so he is trying to figure out how best to help these people he rescued. And like they don't want to be freed, so that's kind of like a weird element of it. And then there's some other stories in there too. I think this is one of them. back, which I still haven't put together the connection as to why that's showing up in a Superman book. Next we have Catwoman number 33, which I still haven't read the other ones, but these covers are fantastic here. I'm trying to remember. I had it and then I forgot the artist on these. Right here. So yeah, it is Jenny Frisson. She's been doing them. And so she does just really beautiful work, kind of all within the same color palette. There's just something about it. It's recognizable for sure. And she's just got a really good knack for making really pleasing looking covers. So this might be a new story arc, I'm not sure. And then look at that. She managed to do this cover too for Rorschach. And this story's almost done. It's got 3 issues left, I think. And yeah, we see Frank Miller is a front and center character in the story. Just very odd. I'm still not sure what to make of it. But it is strange. But then again, Watchmen was strange. And we have Ninja Turtles number 119, which of course, the Eastman cover. How can I not? They have switched artists again. Sophie Campbell is still writing it, but this is not her art. Oh, they are certainly trying to nudge in that direction, though. It's not a huge departure from her style. Just head shapes are a little bit different and stuff, but so yeah, they reclaimed their rock and roll bar, which I guess the Battle of the Bands didn't even happen. Basically, Jenica's band went on, and then Bebop's team was just like, yeah, we're not that good, so we're just not even going to try. So then they just relinquished their turn to compete. And yeah, so right now I'm really not sure what's going on in the book, other than that previous arc just wrapped. And then there's something about like Shredder's ghost kind of floating around a bit, so that's kind of interesting. Next we have Gotham number 3, the future state stuff. Which, yeah, this continues to be really interesting because obviously very heavily inspired by manga. I think it's funny that they keep it at like the regular comic price point though. Because if you've printed anything, you know it's cheaper to print in black and white than in color. Which adds to the affordability and how they're able to produce like those giant shonen books and stuff. In most manga, it's in a big thick book and not a floppy like this. So, and it's normally around like $10 or so, but you're getting like a little mini trade. Or in the case of the shonens, it's like a miniature phone book. But yeah, no, this is still the regular, and then it's the card stock on here, so it's $4.99 instead of $3.99. So, but there's a fun image in the back there. So yeah, I think that there's different artists in here. Like a pin up there. Lots is a cool shot there. So, yeah. Okay. So next is the Action Comics 2021 annual. Which I'm sure this is one that has multiple artists and all that sort of stuff. It's really weird trying to navigate the Superman books right now, because we know the transition is going to happen where Jonathan takes the mantle of Superman, but it's still, we're like, well, when's it going to happen? You know, I know they've solicited like the relaunch of the series and stuff, but it doesn't seem like there is a natural transition or stopping point to it. Like the last thing I read, it was written almost like Superman had written like a departure letter, or like a, you know, like one of those letters you write after you've been deceased, like, you know what I mean, like the time capsule sort of thing. But yeah, see, they're already saying, hey, son of God, all this stuff, and then this got delayed by another month or so in release. So yeah, we're seeing like a lot of other Kryptonians show up and stuff. So, okay, so finally, big moment here. As I've said 1.5 million times by now, guys, if you are ordering from your previous catalogs, look for the Dynamic Forces area. They have sealed, authenticated autographs by great people quite frequently. And the one I got today is by Jason Fabok, who is one of my favorite modern Batman artists. He's very hyper detailed, you know, takes cues from like Brian Bolland and I'm blanking on the other one here. Give me a second here. Brian Bolland and David Finch. I think he may have even studied under David Finch. I am not sure, but it feels like that. And I know his style has gotten tighter and more refined. And yeah, so you get a certificate of authenticity and everything. So, and this was only $39. Crazy for 39 bucks. You can't beat that. I go to conventions quite frequently. I've never seen Jason at a convention. I've met a lot of great people. But I feel like he's one of those ones that, you know, he might go to the big two, you know, San Diego or New York. Emerald City is up there. I think it's either considered the third or fourth largest. I forget. But, you know, those two are the main ones like a lot of these AAA talents go to. And so, to have his signature is great. You know, I might see him one day, I might not. But it's great to have this, and that was just such an affordable price, too. But that's gonna do it for now. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. And as always, you all have a super slumber. Thanks. Bye.